Hello and welcome to Community Distance Reiki. I'm your host, Danielle Stimpson. I'm a Reiki master and I've been teaching Reiki for about 13 years. If you have not been here before, welcome in. If you are returning, welcome back. And if you're watching this on the replay, please know that you will have just as fun and healing a time as if you were here live. If you would like to join me live, go ahead and check out that description box below. All the days and times you can regularly find me are listed there. You can also subscribe with notifications on so you can be the first to know about any added streams or any changes. Sorry I did miss Thursday morning. I apologize, everybody. Let's see. Oh, also, and if you'd like to know any more about me, my online classes, or my social media, all of that's in the description. If you are here live, go ahead and check out that live chat button. Feel free to request any specific or general healing. I'm happy to pick some crystals for the crystal grid just for you. If there's any specific crystals you're looking to work with, go ahead and let me know that too. I'm happy to grab those as well. And thank you so much for being here. It's an honor and a pleasure to share some Reiki with you. The first half an hour, we will build a grid together. And after a brief explanation of what Reiki is and what you can expect, we will go right ahead into the healing, where I will turn the music up, turn the lights down, and simply send to you whenever and wherever you happen to be. So we've got a few people in the chat already. I'm going to start on that crystal grid. Welcome, everybody. It's great to see you. Jen, future someone, thank you so much. And let's go ahead and jump right into the crystal grid. There we go. Okay. So Jen had requested some rainbow moonstone, and I have this beautiful piece right here. Rainbow moonstone is actually a type of white labradorite. Labradorite, moonstone, and rainbow moonstone are all very closely related. And this is incredible for connecting with our, like any kind of sacred feminine work and reaching over to your feminine side, intuition, receptivity, and also channeling and mediumship for me. Let me know if you have any other uses for this beautiful, beautiful stone, but I absolutely adore it. I find that it balances really perfectly, unsurprisingly, with labradorite. Like labradorite is a bit more grounded and earthy, where rainbow moonstone is a bit more intuitively and spiritually inspiring. So we've got that right here. We also have our usual copper, which we feel helps to kind of activate the grid, break up blockages, and get the energy flowing a little bit. Susan, good to see you too. Okay, so intentions, letting go. Okay, great. Let's see. Leopardskin Jasper. Okay, awesome. So we're cooking with gas here. I also have some smoky quartz by request and some apache tear by request. I unfortunately do not have morganite though. I'm trying to think of, I do have pink tourmaline and pink kunzite. Let me know if either of those would be helpful. Also, sapphire. I have blue sapphire as well. Welcome, Andrea. Welcome in. Let me know if you have any requests for healing. Productivity and decluttering project over the weekend. Absolutely. Absolutely. I've got a good idea for that one. Okay, so apache tear, which is a type of black obsidian. I use these interchangeably for both. They are actually apache tear. The black obsidian is an incredible stone. It's actually a natural glass. It's made through volcanic activity. This particular stone is incredible for anything having to do with grief, moving on, but also moving on is something we talk a lot about. It's something we do a lot in our lifetime, but grief has its place, and that's part of the moving on. Being sad, being forlorn about what no longer is, or what's coming to an end, or what didn't happen to be, that's part of the leaving things behind. And so this stone helps us to honor ourselves and honor our feelings while we process that grief and anything attached to it, any old unhealed stuff that it may have brought up. This is a stone that can help us with that. Healing for vertigo. Gotcha. I can definitely support that. And kunzite, you got it. go. Pink kunzite is one of those stones that is all about the heart. Everything that you can think of with opening the heart center, opening to unconditional love, anytime that we feel just bereft, that we feel just like somebody sucked all the love out of our heart, we're truly brokenhearted, but also just not just brokenhearted, but without anything left, in a sense, that where your chest feels like a bottomless pit, pink kunzite can be incredibly helpful. It's also really great for getting to look at yourself with a renewed sense of self-love, self-respect, and wonderful for anyone doing inner child work or past trauma work. Love pink kunzite. Okay, smoky quartz as well as garnet. So the request for help with cleaning and organizing this weekend, the first one that popped to mind was garnet. It's excellent for practicality, finding balance in things, structure, order, getting things done, but it's also really excellent for organization. And here I have some raw garnet. Okay, gotcha, Susan. Okay, so here's some garnet. Let's go ahead and put the garnet in the copper. I have this looking through for a couple special stones for all of you. Fantastic. Literally, I have some here. Let's put that out first. Smoky quartz is a stone of protection and clearing. It's very heavily linked with Reiki. It's another stone that can help to get the energy to flow and move, especially where there's things that are stuck, just like copper. This one is one that also transmutes negative energy. It doesn't just repel it or absorb it. It actually helps to physically change it. Smoky quartz is one that can help you feel very grounded and protected and start to make some changes as well. When I still had my physical healing space, I would use a lot of smoky quartz to help keep the energy clear. Smoky quartz and selenite, respectively. There we go. Plenty of smoky quartz. For the vertigo, and for future someone, respectively, Leopardskin Jasper actually helps both. It's excellent for balance and coordination, which vertigo really impacts. It also helps to connect with our inner guides, even our soulmate if we're doing soulmate work, as well as anything having to do with the skin. This is one of deep intuition as well, if we want to connect with our animal guides or even work with our living animal companions. Leopardskin Jasper is one to grab. For help with resolution with some family matters, I've got some carnelian for you. This is one that can help, especially when there's discordant relationship kind of stuff going on. It can help smooth over the issues with relationships, specifically to how we relate to each other. When we're talking about, like, let's use the example of a toxic work environment, like a workspace and your colleagues and coworkers. If you're looking to help kind of rebalance things, this helps with what's my part, what's your part, not just the this is me kind of solar plexus work, which is the center of self, which is just as important. This has to do more with, okay, and how does that relate to the next person? How does how I show up relate to the next person? How is what they're doing impacting me? It helps with a little bit more ownership and also softening the edges on that a little bit. So I hope that this helps. Yeah, you're welcome. Okay. We had bloodstone fluorite. Okay. Bloodstone and fluorite. Fluorite is one of my favorite calm down stones. It really helps us calm and center, especially when we just feel frazzled. It's such an overlooked stone. It can really inspire us too, especially when we just feel like our anxiety is just raised just by having been around things that make us anxious, a jam-packed schedule, anything that can just sort of be a residual anxiety, a residual absorption of even a little bit of internal confusion. This is one that can help calm that, move energy through our spiritual centers. If you're having trouble with being ungrounded, like you've been meditating a lot and it still feels like you can't quite get back into your body and be more functioning in that sense, that can be ungrounded. This is one that helps calm our upper chakras so that we can use our logic much better and feel a lot more stable and comfortable in our physical bodies. Also helps teeth because it is literal fluoride. And these octahedrons are actually how they form in nature. Put some of the purple here. There we go. We're also looking for bloodstone, one of our favorite stones here. Bloodstone helps the root chakra and the heart chakra, especially when they need to find balance between themselves. Anytime, and I feel like this could help what Jen was requesting as well. As you can see, it's actually a deep green with some flecks of red in there. The flecks of red are a little bit harder to see. Bloodstone helps us to help our heart center through incredibly difficult and changing times. Those times where we feel like the rug's been pulled out from under us and we feel disconnected, unsure of what to do and how to proceed, yet we still really need that support in our heart center and we're ready, willing, and able to grab at anything that would make us feel better. This is one that allows us to feel a little bit more grounded and centered in ourselves. And where we're able to kind of pull from our stores of heart-centered energy. We're able to receive that love and support from those that are close to us that seem so distant and far away. So this is one that we use a lot. It also goes by the name heliotrope. Okay, awesome. Also feel like I want to add some pyrite to what we've got going on here. I feel like pyrite could really be helpful because this is one that can help with brain memory and also with processing Reiki, opening to intuition. It does help facilitate the movement of energy, but especially when we're working with so much of this interpersonal energy, there's a lot of intuitive stones here and a lot of very grounded stones here. I feel like pyrite helps balance the intuitive, spiritual openness and receptiveness, while at the same time bringing it into almost stepping it down to something our physical body finds more comfortable. This is one of the stones that I suggest for folks that are struggling with sleep disturbances because of psychic stuff coming up, this and labradorite. So I feel like this helps us to receive the messages and support we're getting from the spiritual side of things and ground that into something that's useful, understandable, actionable here and now in physical reality. Any other requests? Oh, that feels better already. So let's see. Let's grab another one for family and interpersonal. And I think it's one that we often use. It's honey calcite, I feel like is what we're missing today. Surrendering. I feel like chrysoprase is one that's helpful. I feel like chrysoprase. Also, mookite. Yeah, let's add those in. Honey calcite will help with Susan's request for sure. Honey calcite it helps to warm the places between how we relate to others and having our own self-respect. This is one that can help in terms of relating to others, especially in challenging times, but especially if you tend towards being a little bit more of a doormat, this can be really helpful. I mean, either way, if you tend to be a little bit overbearing or underbearing, it can be helpful either way, but especially when you're somebody who's been in patterns of internalizing and just accepting more than is appropriate for the sake of others' peace, this is one that can help you renegotiate those boundaries with more self-respect and pride in yourself. So that can be helpful too. Yeah, let's do that. I feel like that'll be really helpful. Yeah, and that's whether it's coworkers, friends, love interests, any of that. Mookite is definitely great for accepting change. and making decisions. So I feel like that can be great for letting go and surrendering. It's a lot of times when we're having difficulty making decisions, or we're trying to ignore something, ignore the change that's going on rather than accept it, it can all kind of go hand in hand with issues around letting go. So this is one that allows us to kind of find that resolve, say, okay, fine, and start to look at a new way of approach. Inability to make decisions is usually an inability to process the present. Not always, of course, but often. Let's put some mookite there. And mookite also goes by Australia Jasper. We also have chrysoprase. This is one that's great for overcoming disappointment, which I feel like is really one of the things that's intrinsic about letting go and moving on. A lot of times the reason it's hard to let go of is because we're really disappointed about either what went on or that it's not going to turn out the way that we wanted. So yeah, chrysoprase for sure. And chrysoprase is this beautiful green. Great for disappointment. It's also great for supporting that self-respect too, especially when we feel like, wow, I almost feel like I've wasted my time here, or I put all this effort out and I have nothing to show for it. This is one that helps us to take a moment to look at all that we have accomplished despite that setback or loss, and allows us to take some self-pride in what we've been able to accomplish and realize that despite this negative turn or seemingly negative turn, whichever it is, this helps us see that our efforts weren't in vain, that we were able to make some good come of it either way, that we have either matured or learned something new or advanced ourselves in some way. And that really kind of gives us a good supportive push into the future of being a little bit more buoyant and saying, okay, now I feel more ready to continue on this journey. I don't feel like I've just put all my effort over here and it hasn't gotten me where I wanted. I can see the benefit of my previous actions. So yeah, so let's go ahead and thank you for that, future someone. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll do that thing where I select a couple of stones and I have everybody vote. Everybody can go ahead and vote on which one they think would be the most helpful for this grid. And I'm actually going to do this in the middle. There we go. Yeah. Oh, that really came together beautifully. Thank you, everyone. So I'm going to go ahead and select a couple of stones I think could be really supportive for this grid. And we'll add them in. I'll have you vote on which one you would like. And this never ends in any predictable way. Hint, hint. Let's see. Also, I wanted to add some, let's see. I'll bring this one in. Okay, so I've got two here. One is Dalmatian Jasper. This is one that whether we feel stuck and like unable to move forward, or just we need some kind of a clearing, something to help us better look at the situation and make some choices. This is a great choice. This helps us to clean our auric field, our energy field. Black tourmaline helps to repel negative energy And these black inclusions here, that's actually black tourmaline. The addition of the jasper helps us to bring that energy out into the energy field, and it basically helps to deep clean our energy field. So this can help us to let go, including letting go of old patterns like difficulty in family relationships and things. And I also wanted to bring in Larimer, which I feel like can help us all, especially I think can help Greg with finding the literary agent, finding people that are part of your spiritual purpose. But it's also excellent for innovation, being a spiritual pioneer, and separating ego from spiritual themes. So this is one that allows us to be more buoyant as we go through change and allows us to flow into something that can be more in alignment with our soul's purpose. It helps us to transcend our ideas of what should be or what was going to be. It also helps us to embrace like our spiritual pioneer attitude, our sense of innovation, that we're going to follow our soul's purpose, and we might be doing something completely new and off the wall, but you know what, we're going to go with it and trust it. So this definitely helps with that sense of self-trust and connection to spirit. So that's Larimer. So go ahead and vote which one you would like in the grid. If it happens to be more than one, you can make that known too, hint, hint. And before we come back and start getting into the healing, I'm going to quickly explain what Reiki is for those of you who may not have worked with it before. Also, while you're voting for your favorite crystal, go ahead to the live chat, and if you have a chance, please like the stream, as it will invite more people to join us, and I deeply appreciate that. So hello again. As I mentioned at the top of the hour, I'm Danielle Stimpson, and I'm here to share some community distance Reiki with all of you. So Reiki is a Japanese term that references energy, spiritually guided or soul energy. And what's meant by that is we all have our own individual energy fields, and so does everything else. The things behind me, the people, the places, the animals, everything has their own field of energy. And within, around, and through all of our individual energy fields, there are other, in a sense, you can say frequencies or sub-energies that flow through us all and connect us all and support us all. Reiki is that soul energy. It's the energy that's almost like a building block. Our body, mind, and spirit work with it all the time. It's flowing through us right now, whether or not we acknowledge it. And it helps to support balance on any and all levels. This sort of source energy allows us to better move and transmute what's going on within us, whether we're physically injured, whether we're struggling with difficult emotions, or whether we're having a spiritual crisis, or even looking to rework some maybe not great habits. Any of the above, all of the above. Inviting in more Reiki energy basically allows our body, mind, and spirit to more effectively let go of what's no longer serving, and to start to process what is there so that we can let go of it when it's time. Because this energy is connecting all of us and flows through everything, we don't have to be in the same physical location to share it, and we don't have to even be here paying attention at the same clock time. Reiki is timeless, so it can go anywhere without constraint or restriction as long as you are open to receiving it. Essentially what I'm going to be doing in practicing it is calling on the energy, setting the parameters of that it be for the greatest good, that all of our individual energy fields stay separate and protected, express some gratitude, and then direct more of this energy to you to support you in a way that is most helpful for you today. Your body, mind, and spirit, like I said, automatically know what to do with this energy, just like how we need water for every purpose, every sub-purpose within our body physically. But we don't have to think about what processes and how to work with it on part of our body. Our subconscious, our basic functions of our body know automatically how to use this incredibly vital and necessary substance. We can't go more than 3 days without water, and it's so vital for everything, and yet we don't have to consciously focus on anything other than obtaining it and making sure it's clean. And that's it. This is very similar. Reiki's flowing through us right now, whether or not we even realize it. And, we're mostly made of water, whether or not we realize or think of it that way. And just like with water, it flows through us with ease and grace. So I encourage you to go ahead and just spend some time allowing the Reiki to flow to you. You don't have to think of anything. You don't have to focus your mind. You don't even have to keep your mind silent or quiet. Sometimes our mind is very loud when we're getting Reiki, but it might be helpful. It could be spiritual guidance, intuition. It could even be a great place to kind of mentally sort some things through that you've been having some difficulty sorting through lately. You may get some physical relaxation or even an increase in like a little bit of discomfort as something moves out. You may get sensations of heat or cold. That's just part of how the healing can show up physically. You also may just take a nice nap. That's fine too. Even if you're asleep, the Reiki will continue to work. And if you're looking for spiritual guidance or intuition, that can come in too. It can come in as hearing things, thinking things, ideas of things that you see, almost like a dreamlike kind of image. I encourage you to go ahead and let those things flow. If you're not sure if it's sort of spiritual guidance or just your rambling mind, just take a deep breath in. And if it comes back, it's meant to be. No matter how you set up at home, sitting, lying down, what have you, you're going to have a great and healing time. You can go ahead and get in any position you feel is comfortable. And if you feel like you need to move around during your session, certainly do it. If you need to take a couple of stretches, or if you want to do some yoga or journal during, this is your time and it's all about you. So go ahead and use this energy in any way that feels supportive for yourself and helpful for yourself. And most of all, I'm grateful that you are here. In just a few moments, I will turn the music up and turn the lights down. Please know that the lights will not flash or strobe, though they will slowly and gently move through several different colors. At the end of our 25-minute session, I'll invite you to take a deep breath in and out. Slowly begin to come back to your body. You can stay in your Reiki session at that time if you want to. If you're watching this on the replay, you can just go ahead and hit the back button and sit through it again if you'd like. You can also just sort of go on about your day, but you can also come back into the room and ask any questions or share any experiences. I'll be here for you. If you have any questions or experiences to share outside of that, feel free to use the comments or connect with me on social media. And most of all, thank you for being here. It's an honor to share. Thank you for those of you who went ahead and contributed some concepts and requests to the grid. I deeply appreciate it. Know that the communal chi, the Chinese energy theory, that the more people come together with the same or similar intention, the greater that energy is magnified. You have contributed to that just by being here. Whether or not you're here at the same time or engaging in chat, you're still contributing to that. So thank you for being here. Enjoy the crystal grid while I send to you, and I look forward to seeing you all again soon. And let's see what we have in the votes. Both. Yep, it's usually both. Like, how can we really go wrong here, right? So let's go ahead and flip back to the split screen. Okay, so I'm gonna take the Dalmatian Jasper. I'm going to put this around the edge to signify the clearing of the auric field. And I'm going to take these Larimer and let's see about maybe we can sort of make a wedge in the middle here. I think that could work. I like that. I'm also going to put a few more of these Larimer around. Yeah, lots and lots of Larimer. All right, so go ahead and get comfortable. Feel free to cover your eyes if you've got light coming in the windows. And just get cozy as you can. Get up and move around all you need to. If you need to get physically comfortable, that's the most you can do for yourself. I feel like the more uninhibited the flow of energy, the better your session will be. So enjoy your session, and I will come back for you in about 25 minutes. you now to take a deep breath in and out. Slowly start coming back to your body. If you'd like, you can move your fingers and toes. Stretch, move, or bend. Thank you so much for being here with me. It was an honor and a pleasure. I wanted to thank you all for helping the channel reach a new milestone. As most of you know, I only moved to YouTube off of Zoom about 5 months ago. We're already up to 200 subscribers, so thank you all so much. The Larimer was a great addition. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. And you all are so welcome. Thank you for being here. And remember, today is Friday, so I will be back at 8 p.m. East Coast US time. So 3 hours from now, I'll be back again for another live stream. And I'll be back on Sunday at 8 p.m. for another live stream. Oh, I'm so glad, Andrea. Thank you for joining us. I'm so glad you're here. And thank you, future someone. I'm really glad that the Larimer came through. I knew there was just one thing that felt like it was missing, and it really spoke. And thank you for your requests. The crystals you requested, as always, perfect compliment for everyone. Yeah, thank you all so much. So I always keep a recording of all of the past streams. So you can always look through the past streams and see which one resonates with you. On the thumbnail, there's always a picture of the crystal grid that we built together. And the names of all the crystals are always typed out in the description. So in case you are searching for them, it's a lot easier. If you want to learn more about my online Reiki classes, community Discord, which is free, my crystal shop, or my social media, all of that's in the description, along with the other days and times that I do go live. And I did just upload a video earlier this week on crystals for protection and energy clearing. I uploaded that on the full moon. So that's available for you to watch anytime that you like. Yeah, thank you again so much for being here and for being a part of the channel. Deeply appreciate the growth all of you have been able to provide. It means a lot. Seriously. Awesome. If anyone has any questions, feel free to go ahead and ask. Much love to you too, Andrea. I hope to see you again soon. So I'm going to go ahead and get ready to bring the stream to a close, but as always, I will be in the comments for a little bit longer. So if you do have any questions, feel free to share them. Again, wouldn't be here without all of you. It's an honor and a privilege to see this community continue to grow. Thank you for the opportunity to be here. Have a beautiful rest of your day. I hope to see you again soon. If you can, please go ahead and like the stream and consider subscribing if that works for you. And yeah, remember, I'll be back here tonight at 8 p.m. as well as Sunday at 8 p.m. And then I'll be returning next week by Wednesday at 4 p.m. unless I add in another stream. But that's it for this afternoon. I'll see you again this evening. Be well, take care of yourselves, and I hope to see you again very soon. Bye for now.